Hey guys, it's Cameron again, and I am feeling better now, so I'm back to catch up on some of these videos that I need to make. First off, I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who left comments on my last update video, telling me to get well. I really appreciate that. First up, I have a Christmas haul. These are books. There are 34 total, so 4 of them were gifts, the rest were ones that I went out and purchased on my own. Anyway, I'll just start off with the books that I got as Christmas gifts. As you will probably notice, I got a couple more leather-bound books to add to my collection. The first one I got from my dad, and that's Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, part of the Barnes & Noble Leather-Bound Classics. It's really nice. The font size is excellent. The illustrations are great. This edition is just perfect for me. And then also from my dad, I got The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This has all 5 books in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. This is another just excellent edition. Another book I received as a Christmas present was from my sister Taylor, and that is Sapphire by Catherine Fisher. This is the second book in the Incarceron. I think it's a duology. And then another book I got from my dad was Evil Librarian by Michelle Knudsen. Okay, so those were all the books I got as gifts. The other 30 were ones that I purchased on my own. The first one I have here is Talon by Julie Kagawa. This is her first book in her new series. Really looking forward to reading this. It's about dragons. Then I got We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. This is his memoir. Josh Sundquist makes some awesome YouTube videos. If you haven't checked him out, you definitely should. And then I caved. I know it's a cash grab, but I had to get it. And that is Percy Jackson's Greek Gods by Rick Riordan. This is just a beautiful book, and it's huge and heavy. Then I went to Half Price Books, and I found a few Christopher Pike books. These are some of his originals from the 90s. The first one here is Whisper of Death, Road to Nowhere, The Eternal Enemy, which is apparently about an evil VCR. And then the next one is Witch, which looks really cool. Which, puns. And then also at Half Price Books, I picked up Fuzzy Nation by John Scalzi. I've heard so much about this book lately. And then I went to Books and Company. I was just there to kind of kill time. I didn't plan on buying anything, but dang it, I made the mistake of going in their bargain section. First one here is Every Day by David Levithan. This is a first printing hardcover. It was only $3.99. I've heard amazing things about this one, and I love David Levithan, so yes. And then I found Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This is the third and final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I have not read the series yet. I do have the first book. I still have to get the second one, but I couldn't pass this up for $3.99. Then I was out with my family in this city that I normally don't go to, and I saw this big sign in this shopping center that just said books in big red letters, and I was like, that's for me. Turned out it was an antique shop that had a section on the other side of the building that was just dedicated to used books. They had it where you could buy 3 hardcovers for $10 and then some other paperbacks for like $1 each. So the first book I found there was The Fresh Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen. I have heard incredible things about this book. Everyone is just going nuts over it lately. Did not expect to find this there. And then I opened it up when I got home and saw that it was signed. Funny thing is though, it says, "To Mary Jo, you were a wonderful escort and are a charming woman. Many thanks, Jennifer Nielsen." I don't know how to take that, honestly. I don't think it's how it sounds, but it doesn't sound that great. I guess the Fresh Prince pays in signed copies of his books. No wonder it ended up in a thrift store, just saying. Anyway, I don't think that's what the author meant by escort. So there it is, Fresh Prince. I cannot wait to read this book. Also, I love the TV show. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Yes, I know it's called The False Prince. Alright, I'm trying to make a joke here. Relax. Also at the antique shop, I found Gregor and the Marks of Secret by Suzanne Collins, who you will probably know wrote the Hunger Games trilogy. And then the next book I picked up at the antique shop was an X-Files book, and this is called Antibodies by Kevin J. Anderson. And then also I found this Borders bookmark inside of it. So let's have a moment of silence. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. Dang, this video just took a really depressing turn. Then I picked up a few paperbacks from that antique shop. I got Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys Super Mystery. This one's called Danger Overseas. Then I picked up a few Animorphs books. The first one here is called The Change, which is book 13. The Departure, which is book 19, and then book 32, which is called The Separation. And then, as a lot of you probably know, Book Outlet did their Boxing Day sale, which was on the 26th, the day after Christmas. I think it was 20% off their entire store, and then if you tweeted the link, you got an extra 30% off coupon. So I got 50% off my entire order, and I got 11 hardcover books for about $35. So the first one here is The Last Apprentice, which is book number 11. I read the first Last Apprentice book not too long ago, and I want to continue on with the series, so I'm trying to collect all the books in hardcover. And then I ordered Jinx's Magic by Sage Blackwood. This is the second book, in the Jinx trilogy. Then there's Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising, both by Leigh Bardugo. I have the first book, which is right there. And then another book I picked up here is The Dance of the Red Death, which is book 2 in the Mask of the Red Death duology. Next up, I got The Peculiar by Stefan Bachman. This is a middle grade steampunk fantasy series that I've been wanting to read, so pick that up. Looks really cool. And then also in my Book Outlet Boxing Day order, I got Eyes to See by Joseph Nassisi. This is the first book in the Jeremiah Hunt trilogy, and I've been seeing this around a lot lately as well. I think Connor read it and he really enjoyed it, so I'm going to pick up this book really soon. Then I got Storm Dancer, which is the first book in the Lotus War trilogy by Jay Kristoff. The next book I have here is The Heroes of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 3, and there goes the vacuum again. This is book 3 in the Mistborn trilogy. Then I got a couple of huge, massive books here, and that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson and Words of Radiance, which are books 1 and 2 in the Stormlight Archive. These are huge books. They are over 1,000 pages each, and that is very intimidating for me, but I really want to read some Brandon Sanderson. I've heard great things about his work, and I just want to get into it, and goodness gracious, these books are huge. And then just last night I went to Target and picked up the new Looking for Alaska 10th Anniversary Edition by John Green. That is it for this haul. It was a really long one, and if you stuck with me, I hope you liked it. And I'll be back very soon with a Best Books of 2014 video, so I will see you guys then. Bye. Inches have traded their leaves for white sleeves. All warm-blooded creatures make ghosts as they breathe.